Good evening, wonderful people. It is Tuesday, October 8th, 2024. We are in the land of the living. It could have been another way, but God saw fit that we are here tonight. Welcome to the Keeping It Real Conversation Show with your host, Camila, aka Sunshine. I have some of the dopest people on this side of heaven on this show. Tonight will be no different than any other night. I need you guys to do me a favor. Let somebody know that we are live right now on the YouTube channel, which is the name of the show, Keeping It Real Conversations. Keeping It Real Conversations with Sunshine. Please like, share, and subscribe. We are live on my Facebook page, Sunshine Camila. We are live on Twitch. We are live on X, formerly known as Twitter. Tonight, my guest is trying to get on. So we just gonna do some improv until he can come on. And it's gonna be amazing. The devil is a liar. He's gonna be able to get on and do what needs to be done to come on tonight so we can actually have a conversation. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for Marc to come on, there are some things that I wanted to discuss. And I wanted to shout out a couple of people with what I'm trying to do with branding, a new look, and let me know what you think. So if you're on here, say hello. Let me know where you're from. If you have questions, put them in the comments so we can actually take care of that. So first off, of course, I want to give a thank you again to my friend Robert Jeffries. If you love this conversation or you love this, give me a second, y'all. Yes, Marc. Do you have another another browser other than Safari? See if the link could go from here. Okay. All right. So as I was stating, Marc is having some difficulties, but he's gonna get here tonight. He is gonna get here tonight because he has something to say. He has doing some awesome things, and I want the world to know about Marc. I want to give a shout out again, like I was saying, with Robert Jeffries, who did the theme song that you're listening to right now. He is an awesome singer, and I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. Giving shouts to Watley Dixon, aka Main Event. Again, I give him shouts out to him. The fedora hats. My friend Shania Bridgeford. I recently purchased several of them. So if you want a fedora hat, and she has many colors, I need you to check her out on Facebook, Shania Bridgeford. Listen, when I saw them, I was like, oh yeah, I need all of them. The glasses, I bought several of them from my friend who actually cuts my hair, Melly Mel. So I will be also branding those as well. So any of the glasses you see soon that will be on the show, just let me know. I will let her know, and we'll go from there. Marc is in the building. Finally.
Ooh, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
Some shouts out to what I'm wearing tonight. These pearls and all these wonderful things is in essence to Amazon.
Okay.
fedora hat again is Shania Bridgeport. And yes, I do support our Black-owned businesses. Yes. The glasses is Melly Mel. She's also my hairdresser, if y'all didn't know this. So yeah. Black-owned businesses. So now that we have that out of the way, we're gonna get into this wonderful conversation with this man right here. I have known for some years now. When I say he is definitely a man of God, I believe when he worked at the post office, I think I had just went in. I think. So he's definitely a natural born leader, and we're going to get into his bio real quick, and we're going to get into why he's here tonight. I always have a purpose of why I ask people to come on the show, because I feel like their life story, their journey needs to be told, and it's going to benefit you to hear their story. The things that they're going to tell you about is beneficial for your life and for someone in your life in order for them to move forward, to get the information that they need to live their best life. Okay. So tonight, Mr. Marc Spight Sr. is a dedicated Christian minister, mentor, and entrepreneur with a passion for empowering young men through grooming, etiquette, and life skills. As the founder of Fresh Air Detroit LLC, Marc combines his expertise in social etiquette, faith, and personal development to help young men build confidence and prepare for success in life. With a heart for mentorship and a focus on purposeful living, he continues to inspire others through his brand, workshops, and ministry at Redeemed Christian Fellowship Ministries International with Apostle Alfonso Smith, Prophetess Siobhan Smith. Mm-hmm. And of course, I know them personally, of course, but that's neither here nor there. But however, tonight, I want to welcome this wonderful, powerful man of God, Marc Spight, to the show. Oh, yeah. And before we do that, Village, you know what's up. Wherever you are in your home, I need you to stand up, raise your hands and your arms all the way to the top. Open up your mouth and scream to the top of your lungs. Now, before we do that, those who are in your car, I need you to safely pull over, roll down your windows, even if you feel like it, you can get out and scream to the top of your lungs. Welcome, Marc Spight, to the show.
I can hear him.
You better. You better. So how you be, sir?
I'm blessed. I'm just fortunate to be here with you, such a dynamic person, and just been loving what you've been doing with the podcast and just making moves all the way around. So I'm just honored to be here.
Well, I'm honored that you're honored. And then I'm honored to say personally that I know you and that I have been watching your life for a minute now. Of course, there was a moment in time where we worshiped together in the same ministry. And now to see you even beyond that, to see the new things that are happening in your life is amazing testament to what God can do. One of the things is I just thank God that we don't look like what we've been through. Huh?
Yeah, say that.
We don't look like what we've been through.
Facts.
And so I'm honored to hear what you have to say. I am honored to get a chance to see and have someone as powerful as you to mentor our men, our young men. And if they listen, they would go far in life. So my first thing, I'm just trying to tell you, this is not a traditional podcast show.
Okay.
At all. We're going to be comfortable as usual. and we're gonna let God have his way.
Right.
However it flows, it flows. There's no rhyme or reason, there is no script, and however it goes, that's how it goes.
Okay.
So first things first is I need you to tell the people how you grew up.
Okay. How I grew up. Ah, okay, that's interesting. I feel like I lived multiple lifetimes. I spent my earlier years in the South. Uh,
Okay.
Not my family is in Tennessee, Knoxville, Tennessee. My mother was living in Atlanta, Georgia, and my father and my father's side is from Detroit. So I'm born in Detroit. My mother and father met at the Renaissance Center back in the 70s,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, she walked by, he seen her, and he was just like, "Whoa," you know, and so and so the rest was history. They got married, and then they had me, and so they were young. They were like 21 years old,
Mm.
and so you know, when you're young and you enter into it, you know, it could be a journey if you
Mm-hmm.
whatever age, but definitely when you're young. And so they got together and they hung in there, you know, as long as they could. My dad, you know, very intelligent man. He's a factory worker. My mom is a business owner, but they were young at the time, so things didn't work out. And so she took me down south where her father and mother moved to Knoxville. And so I was young and they were separated, and I didn't really know what was going on. I just remember just moving. You know, I remember her packing the car up and headed down south, and just remember spending time with my grandparents, and they showed me just so much love. I'm the oldest
Okay.
of seven, so yeah. So my mom, it was four of us, and then my dad had four boys, five boys. One of my brothers passed away when he was really young. So, so I was the oldest, and I was the oldest of all my cousins. So we had a big family. And I don't know if you know about being down south. Everybody be in the same house together.
Mm-hmm.
So we all grew up in a big family. My grandfather was really into music. So he would have a guitar, the harmonica. We would play the piano. We would sit together and watch the Cosby Show together growing up. And then he'll teach a whole lesson after we watched the show and ask us, you know, what we thought about it. So he was very intentional as a grandfather and as like a father to me. A lot of the etiquette things that I do was lessons that I learned from him: how to hang my clothes up, how to iron my clothes, how to shine my shoes, you know, how to make sure everything was on point. You know, a lot of that stuff I learned from him. And so my mother, she wanted to leave the nest because it was all of our aunts. Everybody was living in the same house in Tennessee. So she moved to Atlanta. Atlanta was hot at the time. Everybody was going down to Atlanta to find it was like the new New York.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went down to Atlanta and you know, we started our journey down there in Atlanta. My sister Jasmine, my sister Ebony, and my brother Jamari. We were all together and grew up. And my mom was a business owner, so she taught us early on how to make a dollar holler. So we would be downtown selling candy and learning. And we had a whole sales pitch. We would tell people we learning to be young entrepreneurs, and you know, they'd be like, "Oh, you can say entrepreneur." I'm like, "Yeah, you know, we can do more than just smile," you know. And so she taught us the value of a dollar and taught us how to, you know, hustle at an early age. And you know, single mom wasn't easy, so you know, we moved around a lot. But you know, we had love. She was very, you know, loving and just, you know, there for us. So um, yeah, that's I guess I can stop it there, you
Oh, it's gonna be some more stuff to pull out of you. Trust me.
know.
Oh, trust me. The next section I have is I remember when. So I need you to tell us a I remember when story.
I remember when. Um, I remember when I got shot.
Say what?
Yeah. So I was 14, going on 15, living in Atlanta. Just my life had got off the path that was laid out. My mom always would make sure that we knew who we were as Black people. She would teach us about our culture, our history. My grandfather was big on culture and history, but at the same time, I wanted to experience life by myself. So I got out there and was hanging out in the streets with Buddy and them, and just trying to figure out my way, and ended up getting into a situation. I skipped school one day, and was we were walking to the store to get some drink and some rolling papers to roll up, and me and a buddy of mine, we was slap boxing on the side of the road, and a car came down. Now in Georgia, is no sidewalks in certain areas. It's just the curb. So I set my bike on the curb. Him and I was slap boxing, and the car just came zooming by and ran over my bike. And so when he ran on my bike, I'm yelling, "Hey, hey, hey!" So the car back up, and I'm like, "Yo, man, you ran over my bike. You can see the bike in the street." And I didn't even notice the guy had a gun sitting on the dashboard. So he reached out the window and he pushed me out the window. And when he pushed me, I punched him in the face, and he grabbed the gun and he turned and shot me point blank. And the bullet hit me in my arm. I don't know if you ever noticed my arm. I got a big scar on my arm. But the bullet went into my arm and hit my artery, and blood was squirting straight up in the air. And my friends, they ran down the street to come and try to help me out, and they took me over to a friend's house because I was just like bleeding, losing energy, all of that. They took the ambulance like 15 minutes to get there, so I'm just bleeding out all this time. And so the ambulance finally arrived, and they thought that I was breaking in somebody's house or something like that. They just assumed the worst. And they was twisting my arm. And so my friend, he was actually from Detroit too. He was like, "Get back," Big Rob. He was like, "Get back, man. Don't touch him. He's already weak, got shot in his arm." And so they finally, put me in the ambulance. Do you know they took me to the wrong hospital? So I went to the wrong hospital. They had to turn around and take me to the trauma unit. So I'm bleeding in the back of the ambulance for at least about 45 minutes. And so when I got there, I was, of course, in shock. And so they took me in there to revive me and everything. And they did the defibrillator and all of that stuff. And I remember literally going into a state of consciousness where it felt like I had died. I tell this story like I died in a hospital. I remember laying on the bed, and I sat up. My spirit sat up, and my body was still laying on the table. I looked around the room. Everything was clear. It was almost like translucent, and I could hear, I could see. It was like my senses wasn't heightened, but I knew at that point. I said, if I get up out of my body, I may not be able to get back in. And so I had to make a choice. I said, well, I don't think I'm ready to go yet. So I laid back down on my body, and then I was able to come to. But yeah, that was definitely an experience that shaped my future, because I knew, I said, it's something beyond this life.
Yeah. Let's go back one though.
Okay.
Because I don't think people understood exactly what you said. So first of all, when you get shot, that's trauma right there.
Yeah.
The fact that you were bleeding out, you should have been dead. Like 45 minutes of bleeding out. And there's the other side of, for a fact you have a purpose. because you could have been and you should have been out of here.
Yeah.
But sometimes we got to go through these different journeys, and I feel that where you have to go through these journeys that might kill somebody else. But for you, you were able to handle what was given to you. And that, fast forward, how many years later, you're sitting here talking to me in the village about your experience with near death, right?
Yeah.
We always have these stories where is this real or is it not? Is this a fiction? Is this the story that just have been telling us all this time? Is it really real?
Yeah.
Well, what I'm hearing in my ear and in my spirit, definitely God is real.
Yeah.
These moments of when we pass from this life to another. I know for a fact, even with my own father, my dad used to, I want to say like it was a constant thing, but my dad died on the table several times. And he'd come back and tell us what thus said the Lord. And one time he had a message from me: write the vision and make it plain and do what I asked you to do.
Wow.
I'm like, God told you all that to tell me. And he say, yeah.
Wow.
So it's these moments of, just when you think, just when you want to give up, just when we have these moments right here of I remember when I was in a crossroads. I could have chose. But however, my decision caused me to be here today. And now I got a story to tell.
Yeah.
We got a story to tell. I didn't know that. Now it makes me look at you differently.
Don't judge me now.
No. Not even judgment. But I remember when you used to shout and how you shouted.
Yeah.
Now I know part of the reason why you dance the way you do. It makes all the sense in the world now. So the next part, now that we know part of that,
okay,
is when destiny calls, what are you doing and what are you going to do?
Well, I feel like, destiny, for me, it's funny that you say call, because I feel like destiny been texting me all along the way, different things to do. And it's funny because I know you mentioned us working at the post office, right? And, I enjoyed, that experience. It really, I met some wonderful people, working there. I mean, it's no people like postal people. We the realest, you know what I'm saying? So, we out there, rain, sleet, snow, whatever, we gonna get the job done. And it just created such a resilience within me, because, you out there in 0 below temperature and, you got a job to do. And so you learn that it don't matter the circumstances or what's going on around you. You still have what it takes. When God on your side, you'll be able to get through whatever the situation is. So, I was in that. I think I delivered mail for almost 10 years. And it was just just a routine every day. And one day, I just was walking, and when you're on the route, you thinking all the time.
Yes, thinking.
You thinking. So, and God began to speak to me, and he said, he said, "Are you doing, what I called you to do?" And I said, "Well, God, I'm taking care of my family. I'm an elder at church. I'm doing all these things." He was like, "But what about the gifts and the things that I gave to you to do? Are you doing that?" And I'm like, I started to really think about my life and what I wanted to accomplish. So a little bit about me: when I graduated from high school, I started at Eastern Michigan, and I didn't finish. My grandfather passed away, and I came back to help my grandmother in Highland Park, and she was blind, so I would have to help her. I would have to, give her insulin and do all those things. And I kind of felt like I put my dreams on the back burner because my dream was to be a teacher. I wanted to, be a school teacher, and I just had it all figured out in my mind. I graduated valedictorian from Highland Park. And so, I gave the graduation speech twice. I just knew I had it all figured out, but life be life, you know what I'm saying? So, long story short, I come back home, with my grandmother, taking care of her. And I just felt like that had been the pattern. I kept putting my dreams on hold. I kept putting the assignment that God had on hold. Even though God was still leading me, I found Redeemed Christian Fellowship. Apostle and prophet is, really guided me like a mother and a father. You know how they are. I mean, they were like parents, to me, and have been parents to me. I met my wife at Redeemed, Latasha.
Tasha!
And
my
so,
birthday twin.
So, that was my, one of the, main things that I feel like God brought me there for, is to meet her. So along the way, destiny, as I said, text messages here and there, this, and this. 3 beautiful children, that are all saved, all baptized. I even was blessed to baptize my youngest baby, Mackenzie, recently, So just to be able to do that. So like I said, destiny has always been there. But I think me stepping into this new season of my life, I left the post office to finish school.
Okay.
So I was able to graduate last year.
Okay.
Had my cap and gown on, graduate. That was a proud moment for me because that's something I wanted to do for myself.
Right.
And God kept dealing with me. I kept hearing this word Sankofa. And I'm like, Sankofa? What is Sankofa? So I looked it up, and the word meant to go back and get what you left. Go back and reclaim what you left. And I'm like, dang, there's so many things I had left. And I'm like, God, you ain't speaking to me. You ain't saying nothing new. God, like, I've been talking to you. Do what I told you to do when I spoke to you the first time,
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to be obedient. And I had to go back and pursue the things that God had already called me to. And I was able to go back and finish and started working for the union last year with Jason Wilson and Nicole Wilson, dynamic couple. And, doing career management over here and just doing so that opened up the door for me doing the etiquette classes with the Cave. And, with the workforce program and then, just other connections, but everything was in line with me doing what God had told me to do, not leaving stuff on the table, but finishing what God had already told me to do. Because, we'll have prophecies sitting on the shelf, stuff sitting on the shelf, waiting on something new to hear when God had already gave us the strategy. We just ain't did it,
Yeah. I think it's so much that you have just said is encouraging to me because I feel like in the same sense, it was the same thing with me moving from Alabama to take care of my parents. And before that, there was a season when I was in school, and I should have finished, but I had to be and step up and be the oldest daughter and make decisions to make sure that my parents were good. Then life happens and you never go back. Well, time has passed. My dad has passed. My mom is in a situation right now where, we have to step up and help her. But I said, God, if you allow me, yes, God, if you allow me to go back to school and finish what I started, I'm not going to let nobody or nothing stop me from finishing what I started. There was a moment when I thought I was going to go to school to be a teacher.
Wow.
That's what was so funny. I was like, and he was like, no. I thought at first it was going to be computer engineering until I saw that math. Like, never mind. I don't want it. Never mind. I'll try something else. So God saw fit that my experience in life, just like you, you're a teacher, but just not in the classroom that you thought you was going to be. Right?
Right.
So the value of what we went through what we survived when we first started talking, that thank God we don't look like what we've been through.
Yeah.
This is the story what they see now. Like, how you look like that? When I find out you been shot, you went to jail, you did this, you did that. There's no way you should look how you look.
Yeah.
There's no way that God's favor is on you. There's no way. There's no way. And then to see and hear, to know that no, God, if there's nothing that we can do and say that will say, you know what, I'm done with this child. They don't want to listen. They're going to do what they want to do. Just forget it. Wipe them all out. No, he's still forgiving. He still got grace. He still got mercy towards you. And guess what? He knows you're going to complete the assignment. Yeah. That's why you still here, Marc. Not only that, but the intricate part of having a father in the home, a husband in the home. Now, the interesting thing, if I'm not mistaken, with your wife, not only are we days apart in our birthdays, our fathers passed around the same exact time.
I remember that.
And I was like, here it is, I won't say the struggle, but holding on to her and she holding on to me during the same exact time. It's a moment that you'll never forget. Like, okay, I get it now. I understand.
Yeah.
And then to see the kids was little, like little.
Yeah, got a high schooler, middle schooler.
Oh my God. So again, it's fast forward, like everything we've been through, he had already equipped us for today. We thought holding on to the post office was the thing. That's what we thought. Yeah. We thought, okay, this is some nice money. Yeah, we were Hebrew slaves, and I'm not gonna lie. Rain, snow, even in the vortex, they was trying to send us out. They had to get an order from the president to say, do not send out these people.
Yeah, man, the pandemic.
They were still going to try to send us out to do some mail.
Come on now, talk about it.
My reasoning for leaving, we out there 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. Yeah. Females carrying mail in the city of Warren.
Yeah.
Nobody coming out here to check on you.
Yeah.
If something happened to you, they ain't gonna find out until 2 or 3 days later.
That's true. That's true.
You gotta worry about yourself. You have to. Because if you allow somebody else to do it, they're gonna control you the way they want you to control. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. Hopefully. Yes, I know. Is Noah still in the post office? I know we got to get Keisha out of there too. Jesus. So hopefully, in the meantime, we'll get Marc back. I don't know if somebody called him or what happened. Hopefully, he has power where he could just plug his phone up and jump back in. But I'm grateful tonight to, again, you are hearing his story, his testimony of actually being able to be alive, and the purpose now that we can see what the purpose of why God allowed him to stay here on earth and finish out his assignment with not just the young men, but everybody around him. Everybody be able to glean from his story. This is why we have these platforms, to be able to tell the truth. It hasn't been always easy to live this life. There's the judgment. You want to be able to fit in. We're going to talk about Levitical too. You in rapping and music. See, I didn't know you then when you were in the group.
Yeah.
I knew you after. But
Mm-hmm.
however, we're gonna get into that of the music industry, all of that, fatherhood, being a husband, um, being an entrepreneur, all these different things that we want to bring out tonight for everybody to be encouraged that no matter where you come from, if it's the South, if it's Detroit, it don't matter. If you're on the east side, west side, north side, it doesn't matter. If God has an assignment for you, it's not even an if. Whatever the assignment is, you gonna do it.
That's true.
You gonna do it. Now, when you do it is up to you. Now, do you want to live a life in misery? Or do you want to live the abundant life right here on earth?
Right.
The choice is yours now. The choice is yours. So, before I get off the post office, is Noah still in the post office?
Yeah, Noah's still there. Yeah.
I know Keisha still is.
Keisha's still there, definitely. They still going strong.
Nope. Nope. And I don't miss it. No, sir. I'll be outside in the weather. I'll be like, ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
No, it's no joke.
No.
But I learned a lot. I thank God for that time because, it taught me a lot about myself and it gave me a lot of time to think. And I used to do audio books and different things like that while I was out there. So, and then, like I said, the people, it was some amazing people that I met. But like you said, it's different. Especially in Michigan, delivering mail, it's no joke, man. You got to be a different type of person,
It's very strong. And we would have, me and my other two friends, and I think it was 4 of us, we would have this conversation every winter. Yeah. The conversation was every night we would go out, or every day we would go out and come back in. We're here for a purpose. Yeah. It's our families. Because it was many days that we was going to quit. We on the phone with each other like, don't quit. Not today. We need you. Don't do
like
it.
Me and Noah. No, I ain't trying to put him out there because I don't know who from the post office watching. But yeah, that you sound like us. That's how we was. Especially because I think one winter it was like record-breaking lows. Like it was like every day it was like 5 below or something. It was just insane. And I'm like, it made me rethink my life. I'm like, I got to do something, God. You got to show me. So
okay. So here's the thing. I remember we were in a service and of Pastor Alfonso. He said, those who are mail carriers, you think you carrying the mail, but you're actually delivering something else. So everything we touched was the blessing that we were delivering to that person's house.
For sure.
The Spirit of God that we were carrying, those on our routes, we're getting it every time.
Definitely.
And so with you being a minister, ministering the word, it's more to us than our titles.
Yeah.
It's more to us than where we punch the clock at. And so I'm thinking you got to go back.
Yeah.
You got to go back and grab those in the moments when life changed for you. So let's go down jail cell number what?
You said jail cell number what?
Yeah, that's my question. Jail cell number what?
So, a little about me. I was locked up when I was younger. So I was in Atlanta when that happened. And just got into, some trouble. And back then, the thing was, I was selling little dope and whatever I could to put some money in my pocket, and just, trying to figure it out, trying to figure out where I fit in, how I was going to move. I was rapping even back then, trying to get a deal. And, I was talking to Young Jeezy. He had a label this before they had really got big. And, just trying to figure it out, and, so got into some trouble at school. I actually had dope on me when it happened, and got into a whole fight. And so they came and they pulled me in the office. I hope this ain't incriminating, because this was like years ago, but they never knew they never knew all of this. So I'm in the office, I'm talking to the principal, and while we talking, I'm actually sliding dope down my leg, kicking it in the corner while we sitting face to face talking. Cause I'm like, if the police come and take me and they find this dope on me, I'm done. So they take me down for an assault situation, and they locked me up, and I spent. I'm just gonna say I spent some time in there, but it was in that time that's when I got saved. I got saved when I was locked up. I actually met Mace. I don't know if you know who Mace is. Mace the rapper. They used to be.
Really?
Yeah, they used to be with Bad Boy.
Yeah.
So Mace at the time, he had just got saved. So he was an up and coming minister. And so he was in Atlanta. That's where his church, Creflo Dollar, was, kind of helping him out become a young minister. So part of his ministry was to go into the jails and go into the juveniles and talk to the youth. So he came where I was. I was locked up in this place called Panthersville. And so he came and he ministered to us, and I just never forget his story. And now looking at, the whole thing that's going on with Diddy and all of that, I knew it was deeper than what he was even telling us. He couldn't really go into all of that. But now we see all the stuff that's coming out, but I ain't gonna be like Cat Williams and be putting people under the bus and nothing like that. But so he was telling us, about all the wickedness that's in the industry, and how you literally selling your soul. And I really didn't understand, because I was young, but just hearing his testimony, we talked about testimonies, really moved me. I never heard nobody like that had it all, leave all that money, all that fame behind to follow God. I didn't even think that was, possible. And so that drew me in, and I got saved. Right there. He prayed the sinner's prayer over me. He gave me a Bible, and gave me some scriptures that I could read, put it on some sticky notes. And I just remember getting to my cell, and I just sat on my bed and I just began to weep. It was like my whole life flashed before my eyes, full circle. And I'm like, what is happening to me? I didn't even know what was going on. I just could not stop crying, And so I just began to open up the Bible, and I started in Genesis. And I literally read the whole Bible while I was locked up. From one end of the Bible to the other. And it was like it was alive. I could visualize everything that was going on. It was like God was showing me parts of my life that connected with that. It was like reading a movie.
Yeah.
I just never experienced nothing like that. And I didn't grow up where, because my grandfather was in the Nation of Islam, and my mother was saved, but she, didn't force the Bible on us. So we kind of had to figure it out on our own. So for me to sit and read the Bible like that was really like, that wasn't even in my character like that, And so it became just alive, and I just could not put it down. And I started ministering to all of the guys that was around me, and so many of them got saved. But being locked up for me was like a spiritual experience. That's where I came to know God.
So the next section is dead or alive. Who would you like to do a collaboration with? And it could be music, it could be speaking engagements. It doesn't have to. whatever you want it to be.
Wow. One of my biggest inspirations, just when I was on the poster route, I used to listen to this person all the time, and that they would really motivate me when I was in a dark place. Is Miles Monroe, and
That's the best.
I love Miles Monroe. Like his wisdom has held me throughout the years, and just gave me just really the understanding of your work versus your job versus your work, and understanding what your purpose is, and just unlocking these like jewels um, that really just propelled me as a man to understanding what manhood is, and how to be a father, how to be a man in the community and an advocate, uh, you know, in the community. So, I mean, if I could collab with anybody, it would definitely be Miles Monroe. If you want to talk, we could talk. If you want to write a verse, we could write a verse, or whatever it is. But definitely, Miles Monroe is huge for me.
He was definitely one of the times of speaking truth no matter what.
Yeah.
And from his life experience to really getting it out and being able to diverse it to everybody.
Yeah.
If even if you were a teenager, you could understand what he was talking about. So I get that. We're gonna get we're gonna change it up a little bit, and we're gonna get into what was your reasoning to go back to, get the young guys right now? What was your reasoning for wanting to teach the etiquette, teaching them how to be groomed, teaching them, the ways of life to be able to not, I don't like saying survive, but
Mm,
being able to live.
yeah. Um, I mean, that's a great question. I feel like for me, um, understanding like what I had gone through and everything coming full circle was like the turning point for me. Um, I have a young brother that he's like right up under me with my dad, and he's gone through a lot, and just watching some of his struggles um, was hard for me to watch. And then a lot of young people that I see every day, and me doing the work that I do like workforce development. So we get, like young people jobs and careers, and train them for the field so they could become who God destined them to become. So again, just having the tools, having the skills, having the soft emotional skills. A lot of them lack skills. And so when I see this generation, I see a lack of fatherhood. Malachi talked about it, that he had to turn the hearts of the son back to the father. And, at our ministry, we big on, fatherhood. We big on being a son. And I feel like, Apostle, he always teach us, that, you have to learn how to be a son. But a lot of these young people, I don't feel like they even desire it, because they haven't been shown or given the tools to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
So with Fresh Air, that's our goal, is to equip them with the tools to be able to walk in any room, whether it be, light skinned brothers, dark skinned brothers, whoever you're around, wherever you go, and you have the tools to be successful. You know how to sit and dine at the table. You
Mm-hmm.
know how to show up and have on that blue suit that represent power when you walk in the room, and you got your head up, and you know how to conversate. You know what words to use. You know how to focus on what's important. And that's what I wanted to do. Growing up, I was fortunate to have men in my life that taught me how to clean my shoes with a toothbrush. That taught me how to iron my clothes. And I don't know if you remember back in the day, everybody had the hard crease on the jeans.
Mm-hmm.
Those things I had to learn. And I learned from, watching other men. But if we don't give them the tools, if we don't equip them with the skills on what to do, then we can't blame them for not knowing. Right. And so it became a mission for me. It became a mission for me to give back, because I can't sit and I can't talk about, oh, they giving terrible service at McDonald's, or they giving, terrible, service. Look how they walk around with their pants down. Look at how they just, shooting up the club and shooting up the fair and all of this, without doing what I could to give back and try to help resolve this thing. And really, it's love. It's what Jesus talked about, is love. We all have a part to play.
Absolutely.
That just part, finding out that is,
the love part is good, and to be honest and transparent. I think and I believe a lot of adults, they don't share enough.
Yeah.
For me, I am an open book. I'm gonna tell you. Before you even ask me the question, I'm gonna tell you. Because I'm diffusing anything that you assume because I look like this, that it happened overnight.
Right.
No, everything has a process. Do we want to stay in the process all the time? No. Do I want to be in pain? Do I want to go through all of this heartache? No. But in the end, it's all going to turn for my good.
Yeah.
You just got to stay in there. No, it's not easy, but God put forth people like Marc to say, hey, if you keep on going, it's going to get better. Definitely. And then you have to be in a place to receive and hear. And then you can move.
Yeah.
You can't do this by yourself. This is why we're called the village.
That's right.
It takes everybody from every generation for us to be successful. Not just as Black people, just in general. Name me one person that's successful that did it on their own. Right. I'm listening. They didn't.
Yeah.
Even if they don't acknowledge it, they didn't. There were people behind them. And some of them funded it. However, they didn't get there by themselves. We have life lessons that are being taught every day. Now, the thing is, are you open to hear, to listen, to take it in, to receive it, and do what's necessary to make your life better?
Yeah.
46, still learning. 46 with some teenagers in school. I'm the oldest one in the class. But I don't let that deter me.
Yeah.
I'm here to get an education just like you. There's plenty I can teach you. But there's also things that you can teach me.
That's true.
So you got to be open. The tools are here. The resources are here. How hungry are you? How hungry are you? I don't have to be one to do the trickery stuff to be famous.
That's it.
That ain't it. That's not it. Because that part will fade.
Yeah.
But real, it's going to last. This is why Marc is here. This is why I'm here. So remember the names. Remember the faces. Remember his children. Even in the moments, I remember when, and I'm going to say this, that they were struggling in school.
Yeah.
We had teachers in the ministry.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out behavior patterns and all of these things. And look at them now. When they tried to put labels and say this and that. What? Come on now. You don't know because you don't ask. It's right there, right in front of you. I mean, we've done with depression, oppression. I'm saying counseling, dealing with death, grief is something else. still grieving.
Yeah.
And that was what, 2016?
Yeah.
Still grieving. Still have moments. Yes, I was a daddy's girl. So losing him, we talk about having a father in the home. That was Superman.
Yeah.
So when Superman was gone, that's a whole nother different life to try to figure out. My biggest hero, cheerleader, is gone. Now I got to figure it out.
Yeah.
But we have people before us in our circles who have been through the things we have been through, have made steps. All we have to do is glean from them. It won't always be like this. I posted something yesterday like, y'all just don't understand how many times I done cried today.
Yeah.
It's okay to be not okay.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't have to be the strong one all the time. I don't have to be the sunshine all the time. And you can give yourself grace.
That's right.
It's okay. You can admit you done messed up. And it's okay.
Yeah.
Other thing. So, what is something people will be surprised to know about you?
I don't know. I mean, I think I revealed a lot today. Let's see. Something that people would be surprised to know about me is I can do a backflip.
What?
At my age, I can still do a backflip.
Really?
So my daughters had me out in the yard this summer. I got pictures if y'all don't believe me. But so Madison, she was teasing me because they think I'm getting fat and old now. So, they like, oh, daddy, you can't do no backflip. We never seen you do no backflip. And so, Tasha, she cautious. She like, boy, you better not throw your back out and can't go to work. So they done hyped me up. And I done got out there and hit a flip, hit a no-hand flip. I told them, I said, y'all can't even do no flip. And I'm in my 40s and I'm still hitting flips. So yeah, that's one thing people probably don't know.
That's a good one. I tried as a kid and fell on my neck. And I never tried again. So praise the Lord to you. So the next. So this year, 2024, I wanted to showcase Black love. Not just only in couples and marriages and things of that nature, but I wanted to show the importance of why we do what we do. Yeah. You gotta love what you do in order to keep on doing it. Because there's moments, even on doing this, when I don't know if anybody's listening. Can you still show up when nobody's there, rooting and calling your name? Can you still do it? When it just seemed like, hello, is anyone here?
Right.
So this year, again, we're going to throw this at you. The importance of love and perfecting your gift.
Wow. The importance of love and perfecting your gift. I think that tap back into, like I was saying, Miles Monroe being like one of my heroes, I mean, you always talk about your gift, and the Bible talks about your gift making room for you. But I feel like the reason I left the post office and the reason I did those things because I lost the passion for it. I felt that I was just a robot, and my heart has always been with the youth. Like I said, I started off wanting to be a teacher. And like you pointed out, I am teaching in unconventional ways. So I feel like you shouldn't let this economy and everything that's going on in the world force you to have to do something that that you know, that God has called you to do greater or something else. You know, don't allow this stuff to hold you to a point where you feel like you have to do it. Like, you know, you have one life. I think about the parable about the talents and how God gave, you know, God gave him one talent and he multiplied it, and the guy that got the 10 talents and he buried him. And you know, I just thought about like, dang, you know, we only got one life to live, you know, and we have to take full advantage of this opportunity. So you gotta seek God first for your gift. A lot of times when you know your gift because it's what you get emotional about. When you see injustice or when you see, you know, for me, it was seeing young people just struggling. You know, my heart went out to them, and I just knew because I was one of those ones that was gang banging, locked up. The one that somebody probably said, "Oh, he ain't gonna be nothing," you know, selling dope or whatever the case was. And now look at me, you know.
Yeah,
So we got to be the change we want to see.
absolutely. Um, that right there, when you beat the odds, and just because you came from this city or this neighborhood, that you're not supposed to be here. But however, I beg to differ. Um, there's moments even in our lives right now at 40 something years old, we're still finding out things about ourselves.
Right.
We're constantly changing. We're not the same. What I liked at 11, I don't like now.
Right.
What I liked at 20, I don't like now.
Right.
So we're constantly learning about ourselves. We're also still learning gifts
Yeah.
that he placed inside of us. You got to dig.
Yeah.
He knows it's there. It's called treasure. How bad do you want the treasure?
Mm.
Now, the word was, he gave us many talents
Yeah.
with an S. He didn't just give you one.
Mm.
So it might be Mark that got to go to Italy to talk to some youth.
Come on.
Why Mark? Well, Mark might have whatever the people in Italy need,
Mm.
and he knows how to reach them.
Yeah.
He might be the one that can rap and talk to them, and it's like it might be new and profound to them.
Yeah.
But one thing y'all got to realize is there is a purpose that God created you for.
That's true.
Now, are you going to find out what it is? Are you going to complete the puzzle?
Mm.
Are you the arm to the whole body of Christ? Are you the finger?
Mm. Come on now.
Are you the ear? Now, I know, I want to say it's in Corinthians when it talks about the whole body. Don't be mad at the left toe when you're supposed to be doing whatever the right eye's supposed to be doing. Mind your business.
Right. Right.
Do what you're supposed to do.
Come on.
Then we all can move forward.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you don't, and you doing what that's supposed to be doing over there,
right.
Now we looking crazy when we supposed to be going forward. We out here looking like Cyclops when we supposed to be looking like Captain America.
Right.
Hello, somebody.
Mm.
So I'm gonna need you, all of y'all, all of us, to get it together. Because time is winding up.
That's it.
I'm sometimes I don't even want to get on Facebook or social media like another RIP. I don't want to see it.
I know.
I know everybody got a time frame, but golly, every few seconds.
Yeah.
And some of these people ain't sick. This is one of my things. If you close to me, I'm going to let you know how I feel about you. Because I don't want you to ever know or ever leave this earth not knowing how I feel about you.
Yeah.
I make sure that everybody who comes across my path, even some of those that are hard to love, I'm going to do my part. I don't want you to ever leave here thinking that don't nobody care.
Yeah.
And don't nobody love you. That's a lie.
That is.
When I started this, God told me I was going to be the help that I once needed for myself. That's why I go so hard.
Yeah.
Even if nobody says anything, if nobody shows up today, somebody is going to need what I got to say. Somebody needed what Marc had to say today. Somebody needs the connection. They might have a teenage son who needs to connect with Marc. Hello, somebody. You don't have to go pay $50 million. I mean, you could pay $50 million. But the help is right here. God had me sit on this couch for a reason. Y'all need a therapist? I'm not the therapist, but he is. I told you, nothing is scripted here. However God wants to have his way, I'm just a vessel. He just told me to show up. Yep. Be looking at people who life was lifing. And some of it was our fault. Hello?
Come on.
Them choices and decisions we were making got us locked up. Got us shot.
Come on.
That wasn't me. We was talking about Marc, not me. However, we still here to tell the story. So I'm gonna need y'all. The importance of love and perfecting your gift is important. You are important. Whatever it is, I'm in need of you. You might not think that, and you might not believe it. But every little minute, every little bit of wisdom is important. And it could come from the babies. You'd be surprised. Stay open. So, the last one before I open the doors of the church. Hey Janine, hi y'all. What does a balanced life look like for you?
Balanced life. Okay. So my apostle and prophetess, they live by this. I don't know if you all follow Apostle Alfonso and prophetess Siobhan Smith on any type of social media, but you know, they always showing pictures of them out and enjoying life, eating ice cream together. You know, being able to live the life that we in. You know, and I believe, in fact, my brother Emmanuel Smith, you know, he ministered Sunday, you know, that God is actually calling us to be in the marketplace. You know, church is where we come to get the strength, but, you know, the impact that we're supposed to make is when we're out doing what we do. Whether you're at the grocery store, whether you're at the basketball game, wherever you at the salon, at the barbershop, that's where the light need to be. And that's why Jesus was controversial, because he wasn't in the church. He wasn't in the synagogue. He was out amongst the people. So for me, a balanced life is understanding, first of all, that God is the center of everything. He's what we teetering on. So in the middle of everything that we do. And we take the time to minister to our family. Like I take my kids out, each one of them, date my girls, and we go out and we eat lunch together, and they like to go and get their chicken sandwiches, or, you know, now they getting a little more expensive. They want to go to big time restaurants, Benny Hanna's and all this. I'm like, dang, y'all growing up, they tearing them pockets up, you know. And you know, Marc, you know, he got his thing that we like to do together, whether we go out in the backyard and play basketball, or we go, you know, to a game or whatever it is. Tasha and I, we go and we eat, you know, we go to the movies together, you know, we do things together as a family. And when we out, we showing the light of Christ, because if somebody want to have a conversation, that's what we talking about, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you, especially when you, as a family, and you look happy, and you want to know, and you want to go up and ask, like, why are y'all so happy? Like, can I get some of that? Can you put that in my glass? What is that? And so those moments when God is shining through you, you know, and it's the amazing when we make our decisions and God reaffirms you made the right decision, is the good part. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might have a hard week, and I will be honest, I had a hard couple of days dealing with my mom, dealing with stuff at work. I'm like, I need peace. I need it like yesterday. And then one moment he said, when you feel like that, get up and dress up. You know, when back in the day, we used to want to play in our little clothes and put on a fake makeup and dress up and all this. So he said, get in the mirror. And I want you to see what I see. No matter how you feel, I got you. So in that moment, when I first got home today, Mark, I had to tell you, I had to lay down. I said, I got to give him all the energy that he deserves. Get that off. Then I said, you know what? What you wearing today? You know, I don't know. Yes, you do. Go in there. Put this on. Oh, your pearls came. Oh, try this on. Oh, you just got some new glasses, didn't you? You got a new hat. Go ahead and put that on.
Right, you tipping.
And voila. I said, I'm going to try some new things today. I'm going to try some things. It's time for some new. You ready for new, Mark?
Oh, yeah.
You ready for the new?
Come on.
It's about to happen. It's happening. See, one thing people don't realize, they be thinking I'm small, but I'm not. I can guarantee you, after you leave here, you about to be stupid busy. Stupid busy, and a good busy. You know, that line that pocket up.
Come on.
That type of busy. Not just we doing stuff for free. And it's almost, I want to say, it's time out for that too, for you.
Come on.
When we talk about the gifts make room for you, well, it comes with some change too. Facts. The one that fold. I don't mean like the chinky, chinky, chinky. No.
Right.
Get paid for your worth. Names being spoken in rooms that you ain't even in yet. Why? Because of your yes. You don't think God gonna pay you for that? When you can wake up and go into your home with a loving wife and 3 kids who really love you beyond what we see and what we know. That's the good part. Because we don't always show people who we really are for real, for real.
It's true.
Some of these folks can't handle. So you try to behave yourself.
I will. You too.
Try to behave yourself. Because some people, I say, Lord Jesus, they don't know. I say, I'll be trying to contain myself. Listen here. I was outside fighting dogs as part of my career, huh? And I got bit twice. Being a mail carrier. With the pepper spray.
Jesus.
Okay. So God don't make no punks.
That's it.
You can handle whatever he give you.
That's facts.
And now you can turn around and pour and to whoever to sit there and got their hands open. As in the story of Gideon, whoever with me, y'all lap that water up.
Right.
The famous 300. Is that the story, right?
300, yeah.
Oh, okay. I know the Bible a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm just saying, it's time. We're needed. And the world showing us everything but love. I'm gonna need y'all tomorrow. No matter how you feel, I need you to put a smile on your face. You never know what that do to a person.
It's true.
I'm gonna tell you this: a smile saved my life. Literally. Being at that post office on a Sunday, delivering Amazon packages. I said, God, I don't know if I can take it no more. He told me the address to go to, and this particular church stayed, their services started at 3:00. I got off at 2:45. Go here. I sat in a service. The pastor at the time kept smiling at me. And I'm thinking, what in the world? Why she? A smile saved my life.
Wow.
I was planning to go home to kill myself that day. A smile saved my life. And in the transition, over time, I became sunshine. If you saw the pictures of me before then, I was even a shade darker. That's how depressed I was.
Wow.
No amount of soap could bring the color to where I am now. But God's happiness, his peace, changed my life.
Wonderful.
Smile. It will help you. I promise you. So our stories that we told tonight, the purpose that Marc is still here to help our youth get to where we are and do it better. Yep. They got to do it better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
So as that would say, no, not Joshua and Caleb. Maybe. They took over from Moses, right?
Yeah, Joshua generation.
Okay. I told you I know the Bible a little bit. So the youth took it.
Yeah.
And they ran with it. They went in the promised land. They were able to tell the story. They was there in the struggle.
Yep.
But God had to kill them off. Only the faithful few, the youth, the strong, the bold and confident was able to take over. People of God, you don't have a choice. We are in need of you today. Don't be afraid of their faces. And their opinions don't mean nothing. The opinion you should be worried about is God's. That's it. Marc, so I salute you tonight. I salute your family for allowing you to be you. Don't nobody want to talk about that, but that's a whole nother story. Yeah. I am proud to be your sister. And this is just the beginning. He about to fast track you. So don't be surprised you get a call. Don't be surprised all these different entities want to be a part of what you're doing. It's needed.
Yeah.
This is international. So don't just settle for Detroit. Do you hear me?
I hear
Keep your bags packed.
Mm.
You got places to go. Countries to go. I don't know why I keep hearing Africa. Did you want to go to Africa?
Oh yeah, I definitely want to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Get your passport and all the stuff that's needed.
You in the mail now. You all in the mail.
Get your stuff together. It won't be too long from now. Yep. So keep doing what you're doing. The etiquette class, grooming. Them waves is sick. I would have been over here like
Ooh,
y'all see the waves in the head? I'm getting seasick over here. Woo!
You funny.
At least you got some hair.
Right.
Jesus.
Yes, come on. I'm still hanging.
Lord.
And like the old mother say, I'm yet holding on.
So keep doing what you're doing. I'm definitely watching. I'm definitely going to be sending people your way. This is what we do here at the village. We support one another one way or another. And before I close the doors of the church, we got church announcements because I need y'all to pay attention to the church announcements. So ain't no moving around in the church. Y'all know how we do. So this year in 2024, God allowed me to write my second book, Can Prayer Change Things? Now, this book is about following the life of a pimp and a prostitute. Have we ever asked the question, how did a pimp and a prostitute become who they are? I know for a fact they didn't say to themselves as kids, this is what I want to grow up to do. So God asked me, where are the prayer warriors? How did this happen? Well, I need you to get the book on Amazon right now. And I want you to figure out, can, will, and did prayer change things? I thank you in advance for supporting that book. In 2022 was the first book I put out, The Blueprint God's Design. God said, sit down and start over. Do y'all really understand the purpose of a blueprint? When I'm talking about the blueprint when it comes to God, we're talking about the Bible. Get back to it. You won't lose money. You won't lose time. You won't lose nothing if you follow the instructions. So that book is also on Amazon. I thank you in advance for that support. If you want to continue to see this platform get bigger, larger, expand to TV land, cash out me at Sunshine Camila, how you really spell my name. I thank you in advance for that too as well. Tonight's broadcast has been brought to you by Blacktop Streetball Association. If you remember and one, and you know Main Event, that's my big brother. This is his baby. Please go to btsba.com and see where he's headed, what he's got going on. Again, when I first started this show, he was such a big help to me. I end up having conversations with most of the N1 players. So again, matter of fact, he was in here earlier. He said blessings. So again, he's still a part of the village. So I thank you in advance for that as well. If you know people that you want to see have a conversation with us the village. Please inbox me on Facebook at Sunshine Camila. You can go to my IG pages, inbox me. You can email me, and I will get back with you and set up a time. Again, 85% of my guests I've never met in person. They all have been virtually around the world. So even if you don't want to meet in person, which is fine by me, this is a virtual. He's there, I'm here. And we're both being comfortable in our own spaces. And we're still having the greatest conversation that you ever seen before. So again, just to go forth with supporting Black businesses. My friend AC's Tea. Some of the best turmeric and ginger tea you will ever taste in your life. She's on Facebook, AYECEE. Matter of fact, I'm getting mine tomorrow. 313-380-0321. Please support my sister. And I'm telling you, it does wonders. My pastor is on here, Rosalind Smith. I love you. I love you. She does ginger and turmeric tea as well. If y'all not doing nothing Sunday at 5 o'clock, doors open at 4:30. We will be in concert for an epic experience with God at God's Universal House of Prayer. You don't want to miss it. I promise you don't. I will get the address in just a second. I promise you don't want to miss it. We have been working very hard and diligent about it's not a concert. I can tell you that now. It's definitely not a concert. It's an experience that you don't want to miss with God. It's not even our choir. It's choirs around, choir members from other churches. We all came together. It's not about who's this, who's that. It's about us serving God together. Amen. Where is the flyer? Excuse me. So the address is 12601 East Canfield, and that is on the east side of Detroit by East Warren. Again, the address is 12601 East Canfield. Again, doors open at 4:30. Concert starts at 5 o'clock, and it is this Sunday, October the 13th. If you know the famous Peggy James, one of the awesome gospel voices in the city of Detroit, she has her own business in the famous catering. Call her 586-222-8417. Again, famous catering, 586-222-8417. The infamous Peggy James. My sister, my blood sister. If you want anything or questions about gardening, how to raise quail, any of that, my sister on IG, Quail House Homestead. My sister does harvesting. She does canning food, all of these things. If you have any questions, my sister is an advocate for eating food that you have grown. Yeah. So she has her own fruit trees, all of these things. Again, in her area, you cannot have chicken, so the next best thing is quail. So hit my sister up. Also, she's on Facebook at Yolanda Peoples. If you have any questions or whatever, let her know I sent you. Mark, how they get in touch with you?
You can find me at Fresh Air Detroit on all social medias. Also, you can go to freshairdetroit.com. That's the website. If you want more information about Fresh Air, then you can DM me at on Instagram, and that's Fresh Air Detroit. Air spelled H-E-I-R, not like air that we breathe, but like an air and like to an inheritance. That's it.
I know the Bible a little bit, and I can read a little bit. I can spell.
Good job.
Again, this is have been an awesome conversation. Like I said before, again, this has been an amazing conversation. I have some of the dopest people on this side of heaven. Hopefully soon I can get my pastor on here. She has a story to tell. I love it. I love it. I love it. Again, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You're literally one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny, proven over and over again since I started this show in 2020. Last conversation is going to be from Marc himself. Before I do that, next Tuesday, can somebody say next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday, the famous Lillian Lloyd is gonna be in the building. If you don't know who Lillian Lloyd is, you don't listen to gospel music. Lillian Lloyd is gonna be in the building next Tuesday. I'm gonna need y'all to be here. Show up on time, 7 o'clock. Not CP time, 7 o'clock. And I'm gonna need y'all to tell at least 10 people. Not 5, not 1, not 2. I can count a little bit too. So that's all my fingers.
Many gifts.
I need y'all to tell somebody that Lillian Lloyd is going to be in the building, and I'm still adding people to the show. Also, let me throw this in here. Marc, give me a second. So I had auditions at my school last night. And I was singing, it's for a musical, and I sung Home from The Wiz. Stephanie Mills version. And the audition didn't go the way I wanted to. The mission was accomplished. Today I got an email right before I got on the show that I am a part of the new cast of Torn Apart Together musical that will be performed in February. I need y'all to put it on your calendar. February 15th and the 16th. Come and support your girl while she is on stage in this musical, and I will be singing. Wow. Come on, Jesus. Just when you thought it didn't go your way, hallelujah, it was turned in your favor.
Come on.
I'm trying to keep the hat on, you know.
Come on.
Hallelujah. Don't get me started, Marc. Don't encourage me. Don't. Don't encourage me. So thank you guys for stopping by. Please share the broadcast. Do in your ability what you can do to make sure that we go viral, okay? Because we got stuff to say. Now, Marc, closing remarks to you, sir.
Well, first of all, thank you, Camila Sunshine, for having
you
me.
Okay, time out for a second. Hold on. What's my name?
Did I say it right, Camila?
Yes, you
right?
did.
I
had to get happy. You said it right, sir. That's why I'm getting excited.
I've only known you for a long time, so you cutting up. So
okay,
look, I want to say thank you, and then I also wanted to speak over your life and just say that God is really about to take you to another level. I see what you've been doing. I was able to watch some previous podcast interviews that you have done, and you are really ministering to people. And you're right where you need to be, and your platform's about to go to another dimension. And so continue to be who you are, continue to be authentic. The prophetess that's on the inside, God is really just sharpening your weapon, your tool, And I mean, the captives are being set free. And you know, it's a blessing to have you in this space, and to be able to experience what you're doing, and be encouraged, stay humble, and watch God just blast you off to another level. And thank everybody for tuning in, and listening to us, listening to, you know, the testimonies that we share. We love you all, and we pray God's protection and His blood to cover. So that's all I got to say.
Well, again, thank you. I got lashes on, so I'm not crying tonight. Okay. These lashes got to last to Sunday. I'm not fooling with you. I'm not doing it. And y'all know I am very sensitive, especially in these days. I don't know what's going on with me, but however, I thank you for your words. I thank you for your prayer. I thank everybody that came through tonight. Your words, your staying in the place of receiving, and it's amazing again to be able to be here in a place where you are. I miss your family. I haven't seen the kids in forever. And like I said, they were super young. And when I did see them, I believe they were on the dance team the last time I saw them. And I remember, yeah, they were on the dance team. I mean, everybody's kids is not kids no more. Like they
Marc on the mind
with grown up parts. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait, when you get that? Like, what is going on here? Right. So again, I will be back here on Tuesday. Be prayerful. This you already know what season it is. Don't take nothing for light. The devil is busy. This is the month where he goes crazy. Trying to attack our children, going forth with all these witchcraft and spells and all of this stuff. Be careful. Yes. Be careful. Please be careful. With all the COVID numbers going up and all this stuff, take care of yourself. Protect yourself at all times. We have things going on in the weekend. Again, be careful. If you could take a moment, even in, as my friends say, I'll be saved until I get into traffic. Stay saved all the time. Because people the devil is playing for keeps. No more conversations, no more. They want to pull out guns. They want to do all of this crazy stuff. So guard yourself, as the word say. Put on your full armor of God, because he's not playing. And he knows his time is drawing up near. So I don't know why I needed to tell you that, but heed to the word. So again, I will see y'all on Tuesday. Thank you. Again, I believe in 6 degrees of separation. You're literally one person away, one advice away, one help away from where you need to be in your destiny. Proven over and over again since I started this show in 2020. Again, we had another dope artist here. Matter of fact, you got some bars?
Yeah, but I'll spit something and
then we can go.
Then we can go. All right, yo, back in 99, that's when it all happened. Back when I used to smoke blunts and love scrapping. Young cat with my hat turned back and pants sagging. Hollering at all the hood rats like, what's happening? Always into something like, what's cracking? Most wanted hood looking for me like Ben Laden. Thought I had the game figured out like John Madden. Till I got hit by that vicious play action. It just can't happen. The world is mine. It's what I thought as I fought. Let me rewind. It was a year that I never forget. I was the man, built my reputation brick by brick. I ran with the hungriest clique, and my plans on stacking the grip. Me and my man's in the back of the whip, about to take me a trip to the other side, dog. I know it's about to cop me an 8-ball corner pocket. The corner's where I rocked it. Got me some product, a blast off like a rocket. Make a little profit, a little cheese. Got a strange visit while sitting in Mickey D's. This lady told me about Jesus and asked me if I believe. I replied, yeah, hoping she hurry up and leave. Grabbed my little pamphlet and stuck it up in my jeans. Grabbed my Egg McMuffin and headed back to the scene. I didn't care about nothing if it didn't involve cream. Next day, drama popped up, man. It felt like a dream. Got into a scrap, dope hitting next to the stack. I'd have flee the scene. Instead, I stayed back. I was at the end of my rope, needed hope ASAP. Got thrown in the cuffs, headed over to the station. P.O. said I had to go violated probation. In a bad situation, get shipped to juvie. 16 years old, this was like a movie. Sat up in my cell till they decided to move me. They put me in the room with this cat named Mike. We had similar cases, so he was all right. I snuck some cars in the room. We played Tunk all night. We decided to stick together in case we had to fight. I got invited to this joint called Sweets for Christ. I heard his testimony that nearly changed my life. They gave me a Bible and they called me brother. I took it to my room and read it cover to cover. It was like it was speaking to me. And even though I had them counties on, I still felt free. And so I prayed on my knees, Lord, deliver me. It says in your word that you'll remember me. And he had a good memory, y'all, because he showed his face. They dropped the charges and I beat my case.
And that was true. Man, that was dope.
Thank you.
So you guys see what I'm gonna be talking about? That right there is why he's dope. Anyway, see y'all soon. Peace.